The United Kingdom is a land brimming with history, where ancient stone circles, majestic castles, and grand palaces stand as enduring symbols of a rich and diverse past. These historic landmarks, spread across the country, offer a tangible connection to the events, people, and traditions that have shaped the British identity over the centuries. From the iconic Tower of London to the stunning Roman baths in Bath, each site is a living testament to the evolution of a nation, inviting visitors to step back in time and experience history like never before. These landmarks aren't just places to visit, they are windows into the very soul of the UK, where stories of kings and queens, triumphs and tragedies, and centuries of cultural heritage unfold with every stone, every room, and every corner. The United Kingdom has a deeply rich and varied history that spans thousands of years, shaping the culture and identity of not just the British people, but influencing the world at large. From the ancient Roman occupation to the medieval period, the Tudor dynasty, and the rise of the British Empire, the UK is a land steeped in historical milestones. Its landscape is a testament to this history, with hundreds of landmarks scattered across the country, each with its own story to tell. These landmarks are not just structures of stone and brick, they are the physical embodiments of the UK's cultural heritage. They are the silent witnesses to monumental events, wars, coronations, revolutions, and the evolution of the monarchy. The significance of these historic landmarks cannot be overstated, as they represent a tangible connection to the past. Each building, ruin, or site stands as a piece of a larger narrative, reflecting the complexities of British history. By visiting these places, one can trace the roots of modern Britain, understand the key events that shaped its society, and appreciate how these locations have influenced global history. These landmarks offer a valuable window into understanding the UK's journey through time. They allow visitors to step into different historical periods, witnessing firsthand the architectural and cultural developments that defined each era. For example, castles remind us of the feudal system and medieval power struggles, while churches and cathedrals highlight the prominence of religion in shaping Britain's social structure. Palaces are reminders of royal grandeur and political power, while battlefields hold the echoes of wars that have determined the country's borders and influenced its future. What makes these historic sites so important is their ability to bring history to life. Instead of merely reading about these periods in textbooks, visitors can walk through the halls, stand in the courtyards, and touch the walls of structures that have witnessed centuries of change. This immersive experience fosters a deeper understanding of the past, far beyond what any narrative or historical account could convey. The ability to physically connect with the past allows us to better appreciate the trials and triumphs of the people who lived before us, and helps us to understand the origins of many aspects of contemporary British life. To truly comprehend the history of the UK, one must visit these historic landmarks. They are more than just tourist attractions. They are cultural touchstones that provide crucial context to the country's evolution. Whether it's the rise and fall of kings and queens, the struggles for independence, or the cultural achievements that have made the UK a global influence, these landmarks stand as lasting reminders of the country's complex past. Without them, much of the richness and diversity of British history would be lost, relegated to abstract concepts and dates in textbooks. The landmarks themselves tell stories of people, events, and movements that have defined the course of the UK's development. To see them in person is to engage with history in its most immediate and visceral form. When compiling a list of the top 10 historic landmarks in the UK, several criteria were considered to ensure that each site chosen held a significant place in the country's history. First, the historical relevance of the site was key. The selected landmarks are integral to understanding different periods in British history, from Roman and medieval to Tudor and modern times. For example, Stonehenge, a prehistoric monument, offers insight into Britain's distant past, while the Tower of London provides a glimpse into the political turbulence of the medieval and Tudor eras. Other sites, like the Palace of Westminster, showcase the UK's development into a parliamentary democracy. In this way, each landmark reflects a critical moment in the country's evolution. Another important consideration in selecting the top landmarks was the diversity of the sites themselves. The UK's history is rich with different types of structures, and the chosen landmarks represent this variety. Castles like Edinburgh Castle and Windsor Castle give insight into the medieval period and the role of the monarchy in consolidating power. Churches and cathedrals, such as St. Paul's Cathedral and Durham Cathedral, illustrate the deep connection between religion and politics throughout British history. Battlefields, including those associated with the Battle of Hastings or Hadrian's Wall, allow us to trace the military history of the nation, while palaces like Buckingham Palace and the Palace of Westminster provide a glimpse into the life of the British royal family and the development of British governance. By selecting landmarks from different categories, the list captures the full spectrum of British history, from the rise of powerful monarchs to the influence of religion and the establishment of modern democracy. The landmarks also represent a wide range of historical periods. Roman sites, like Hadrian's Wall, offer insight into the early conquest of Britain and the establishment of Roman infrastructure. Medieval castles and churches highlight the feudal system, the rise of monarchs, and the eventual strengthening of centralized power. Tudor landmarks, like the Tower of London, reflect the religious and political upheavals of the period, as well as the larger-than-life figures like Henry VIII. Finally, more modern landmarks, such as the Palace of Westminster, encapsulate the development of democracy and the power of Parliament. Each landmark serves as a touchstone for a specific historical moment, helping visitors to better understand the transformations that shaped the nation. The selection of these top 10 historic landmarks was also influenced by their ability to engage visitors. Some sites are more physically preserved than others, but each has been carefully maintained to allow for an authentic experience. These landmarks are more than just remnants of the past. They have been preserved, restored, and interpreted in ways that enable us to appreciate their historical significance. The opportunity to visit these sites offers a direct connection to the past, and for many, it can be a transformative experience that deepens one's understanding of the UK's history and cultural identity. Whether it's through guided tours, interactive exhibits, or simply walking through the grounds, these sites allow visitors to engage with history in a way that is both educational and inspiring. The process of selecting the top 10 historic landmarks in the UK involved careful consideration of their historical importance, architectural features, and their ability to tell the story of the nation's past. These landmarks represent a diverse array of periods and types of structures, from Roman fortifications to medieval castles, Tudor palaces, and modern parliamentary seats. Each one provides a unique perspective on the UK's journey through time and serves as a crucial tool for understanding the cultural and historical forces that have shaped the nation. By visiting these landmarks, one can step into the past and experience the richness of Britain's heritage in a way that books and lectures alone cannot offer. The Tower of London is one of the most iconic historical landmarks in the United Kingdom, with a rich and varied history that spans nearly 1,000 years. It has served numerous functions throughout its existence, from a royal palace and fortress to a prison and home to the crown jewels. The tower's history is intertwined with the development of the British monarchy, and it continues to be an important symbol of British heritage. Its role as a fortress and royal residence began in the 11th century, during the reign of William the Conqueror. The construction of the White Tower, the oldest part of the complex, marked the beginning of what would become a formidable symbol of royal power and control. The tower was designed to intimidate both the native Anglo-Saxon population and any foreign invaders, serving as a fortress that could withstand sieges and attacks. Over the centuries, it evolved into a multifaceted site, serving not only as a royal residence but also as a prison, a royal mint, and a treasury. Its role as a prison in particular is one of its most famous aspects, as it housed some of the most high-profile prisoners in British history. Throughout its long history, the Tower of London has witnessed numerous significant events, including the imprisonment and execution of several key figures in British history. Among the most famous of its prisoners was Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII and the mother of Queen Elizabeth I. Anne Boleyn was accused of treason, adultery, and incest, and her imprisonment in the Tower in 1536 ultimately led to her execution. Her story has become one of the most well-known and tragic episodes in English history. Another infamous prisoner was Guy Fawkes, a key figure in the Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Fawkes was arrested for attempting to blow up the Houses of Parliament and was tortured in the Tower before being executed. These high-profile prisoners helped cement the Tower's reputation as a place of punishment and royal control, where the fate of individuals could be decided with brutal finality. The Tower of London's architectural features reflect the centuries of history it has witnessed. The White Tower, which was built by William the Conqueror, is the oldest and most iconic part of the complex. It was originally constructed to assert Norman authority over London, serving as a symbol of royal power. Over time, the tower was expanded and modified, with medieval fortifications added in the 13th and 14th centuries, as well as later additions in the 16th and 17th centuries. The medieval fortifications include massive walls and defensive gates, while the later additions reflect the tower's changing role and increasing importance. The tower's design evolved to meet the needs of its time, with modifications that reflected changes in warfare, defense, and royal requirements. The additions of royal apartments, chapels, and other features demonstrate the tower's transformation from a fortress into a royal residence, and later into a prison and treasury. Today, visitors can walk through the tower and see the combination of these different architectural styles, offering a glimpse into its multifaceted history. Beyond its architectural features, the Tower of London's cultural impact is profound. As a symbol of British monarchy, the tower has played a central role in shaping the country's royal identity. For centuries, it has been closely associated with the monarchy, serving as a place of royal residence, a prison for political prisoners, and a site for significant royal events. The crown jewels, which are housed in the tower, are a powerful symbol of the monarchy's enduring power and authority. The crown jewels have been used in coronations, state ceremonies, and other key events, and they continue to be an important part of the royal tradition today. The tower also represents the monarchy's ability to assert control over its subjects, using the prison as a means of maintaining political order and silencing dissent. The cultural impact of the tower extends beyond its royal associations, as it has also played a role in shaping the national consciousness. The stories of prisoners and events that occurred within its walls have become an integral part of British folklore, cementing the tower's place in the collective memory of the nation. In modern times, the Tower of London has been transformed into a museum and is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As a museum, it offers visitors the opportunity to explore its rich history through exhibits, tours, and other educational experiences. The beefeaters or yeoman warders are an integral part of the visitor experience, serving as both guides and guardians of the tower's history. The beefeaters are tasked with providing tours and sharing the fascinating stories of the tower's past, including the tales of famous prisoners, royal events, and the tower's role in British history. The tower also houses a number of exhibits, including the crown jewels, the royal armories, and displays about the tower's military history. Visitors can learn about the tower's evolution, from its origins as a royal fortress to its later use as a prison and royal treasury. The museum also includes interactive displays that engage visitors with the tower's history, making it an educational and immersive experience. The Tower of London's status as a UNESCO World Heritage Site further underscores its importance, as it is recognized for its outstanding cultural and historical value. Visiting the Tower of London is an experience that brings British history to life. From the imposing White Tower to the crown jewels, the tower offers a window into the past, allowing visitors to step into the world of medieval kings, queens, and prisoners. The combination of historical significance, architectural features, cultural impact, and modern-day exhibits makes the tower a must-visit destination for anyone interested in British history. Whether you are drawn to its royal connections, its role as a prison, or its architectural beauty, the Tower of London remains one of the most fascinating and enduring symbols of the nation's past. The visitor experience is designed to immerse you in the tower's rich history, providing a deeper understanding of its role in shaping the monarchy and British society. It is a place where history comes alive, offering a connection to the past that is both educational and inspiring. Stonehenge is one of the most iconic and mysterious landmarks in the United Kingdom, renowned for its ancient and enigmatic history. Located on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England, this prehistoric monument has captivated the imagination of countless generations, from historians and archaeologists to artists and mystics. The site's origins date back to the Neolithic period, and its significance spans both the realms of ancient rituals and astronomical observation. Although much about Stonehenge remains shrouded in mystery, it continues to be an awe-inspiring symbol of humanity's early achievements in architecture, engineering, and spirituality. The monument is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for its outstanding cultural and historical value. To understand Stonehenge, it is essential to explore its historical significance, architectural features, cultural impact, and the visitor experience it offers. Theories surrounding the construction of Stonehenge have been the subject of scholarly debate for centuries. The monument was built in several stages, beginning in the late Neolithic period, around 3000 BCE, and continuing into the Bronze Age. Archaeological evidence suggests that the site initially consisted of a circular ditch and bank, with timber posts arranged in a circular formation. Over time, these timber posts were replaced by massive stones, with the famous sarsen stones and bluestones making up the final structure. The larger sarsen stones, which are the iconic upright stones, were likely transported from the Marlborough Downs, about 20 miles away, while the smaller bluestones came from the Preseli Hills in Wales, over 150 miles away. The sheer scale and effort required to transport these stones have led to various theories about how they were moved, with some speculating that the ancient builders used rollers, sledges, and possibly even waterways to transport the stones. Theories about the purpose of Stonehenge have also been widely debated. One of the most prominent theories is that it served as a place of ritual and religious significance for the ancient people of Britain. Archaeologists believe that the site was a center for ceremonies, possibly related to the worship of the sun or other celestial bodies. The alignment of the stones with the movements of the sun, particularly the summer solstice, suggests that Stonehenge may have been used for solar and lunar rituals, with the changing of the seasons playing a central role in its function. The idea that Stonehenge was a site for astronomical observation is supported by the precise alignment of certain stones to the rising and setting of the sun during important celestial events, such as the solstices and equinoxes. This alignment indicates that Stonehenge may have been used not only for ceremonial purposes, but also as an early form of observatory, helping ancient societies track the passage of time and understand the cycles of nature. Stonehenge's architectural features are as fascinating as its historical significance. The most striking aspect of the monument is the circle of standing stones, each weighing several tons. The stones are arranged in a circular formation with two types of stones, the sarsen stones and the bluestones. The sarsen stones are the larger of the two, standing upright in a circular arrangement, while the bluestones, which are smaller, are arranged in a horseshoe formation within the circle. The bluestones are particularly interesting because of their origins in Wales, which suggests that the builders of Stonehenge had access to advanced knowledge of transportation and engineering, as well as the ability to coordinate large-scale projects. The stones are arranged in such a way that they align with key astronomical events, particularly the summer solstice. During this time, the sun rises directly over the heel stone, a large standing stone located outside the main circle. This alignment has led some to propose that Stonehenge was built as a kind of solar temple, with the stones acting as markers for the sun's movement. The construction techniques used to build Stonehenge remain one of its greatest mysteries. Given the size and weight of the stones, the ancient builders would have had to employ advanced techniques to transport, lift, and position the stones. Some theories suggest that they may have used wooden sledges and rollers to move the stones, while others propose that they employed levers and ramps to lift the stones into position. The precision with which the stones were placed also suggests a high level of knowledge in geometry and engineering. It is likely that the construction of Stonehenge was not the work of a single generation, but rather a long-term project that involved the efforts of many different communities over several centuries. The construction techniques used at Stonehenge are still a subject of debate, but what is clear is that the people who built it possessed remarkable skills and an understanding of the natural world. The cultural impact of Stonehenge has been profound, both in its own time and in the modern era. In ancient times, Stonehenge was likely a powerful symbol of spiritual and religious significance. Its connection to the sun and celestial events would have made it a focal point for rituals and ceremonies, possibly related to fertility, the seasons, or the worship of deities associated with the natural world. The sheer scale of the monument and the effort required to build it would have made it a symbol of the power and unity of the communities that constructed it. Over time, as the site fell out of use, Stonehenge remained a symbol of mystery and wonder, inspiring stories and legends about its origins and purpose. In the modern era, Stonehenge has become a symbol of mystery and spirituality, attracting people from all over the world. It has inspired countless works of art, literature, and music, and its association with the supernatural and the occult has made it a focal point for modern pagan and druid rituals. The summer solstice, in particular, has become an important event at Stonehenge, with thousands of people gathering at the site to celebrate the longest day of the year. Many of these visitors are drawn to Stonehenge for its spiritual significance, believing that the site holds a special power or energy that connects them to the ancient past. For some, Stonehenge represents a link to their pagan or Druidic heritage, while others see it as a symbol of humanity's enduring connection to nature and the cosmos. This modern cultural impact has only added to the allure and mystique of Stonehenge, ensuring its place as one of the most important and visited landmarks in the UK. For those visiting Stonehenge today, the experience is both educational and awe-inspiring. The site is managed by English Heritage, which has developed a comprehensive visitor center that offers a range of exhibits and educational programs to help visitors understand the history and significance of the monument. The visitor center includes interactive displays, models of Stonehenge, and exhibitions on the archaeology and history of the site. Visitors can learn about the different phases of construction, the theories about its purpose, and the various archaeological discoveries that have been made at the site. The center also features a cafe, a gift shop, and facilities for visitors to enjoy during their visit. The summer solstice celebrations at Stonehenge are among the most popular events, attracting thousands of people who gather to witness the sunrise over the ancient stones. These celebrations have become a focal point for modern pagans, druids, and others who seek to connect with the spiritual energy of the site. The event has a festive atmosphere, with music, dancing, and rituals taking place as the sun rises over the heel stone. The solstice celebrations provide a unique opportunity to experience Stonehenge in a way that connects the ancient past with modern traditions. Stonehenge is a monument of immense historical, cultural, and spiritual significance. Its origins in the Neolithic period, its role in ancient rituals and astronomy, and its striking architectural features make it one of the most important and mysterious sites in the world. Stonehenge continues to inspire wonder and fascination, both for its ancient origins and its modern cultural impact. Whether visiting for its historical importance, its spiritual significance, or simply its beauty, Stonehenge remains a timeless symbol of humanity's connection to the natural world and the cosmos. The visitor experience at Stonehenge offers a chance to step back in time and engage with the mysteries that surround this ancient monument, ensuring that its legacy will continue to captivate generations to come. Edinburgh Castle, perched atop Castle Rock, has been a pivotal landmark in Scotland's history for centuries. Its imposing structure dominates the skyline of Edinburgh, offering visitors a glimpse into the nation's past. As both a royal residence and a military stronghold, it has witnessed a variety of significant historical events, many of which have shaped the course of Scottish history. From royal coronations to battles for independence, the castle stands as a testament to Scotland's turbulent history. It also serves as an enduring symbol of the country's identity and pride, having been at the heart of numerous cultural and political developments. The castle's historical significance is profound, serving as both a royal residence and a military stronghold over the centuries. Initially, Edinburgh Castle was built as a fortress, strategically positioned on the rocky outcrop of Castle Rock, which provided natural defenses against invaders. The castle's royal role began when it became the residence of Scottish kings. The castle has hosted numerous important figures, including kings and queens, and has witnessed pivotal moments in Scottish history. One of the key events associated with Edinburgh Castle is the coronation of Mary, Queen of Scots, in 1543. As the birthplace of many monarchs, the castle has seen royal rituals that date back to the medieval era. The castle's role as a military stronghold is also significant. Throughout history, it has withstood numerous sieges, most notably during the Wars of Scottish Independence. The castle was a central point of contention in the battles between the Scots and the English, symbolizing Scotland's resilience in the face of invasion. The 1314 siege, during the First War of Scottish Independence, is one such example. The castle's ability to resist external threats made it a symbol of Scottish resistance and national pride. Its military importance continued well into the 18th century, serving as a symbol of both power and defense. Architecturally, Edinburgh Castle boasts an impressive array of features that reflect its dual role as both a royal residence and a fortress. One of the most notable elements of the castle is St. Margaret's Chapel, the oldest surviving building within the castle complex. Dating back to the 12th century, this small, serene chapel is a testament to the religious and cultural heritage of Scotland. It is dedicated to St. Margaret, the wife of King Malcolm III, and is a place of reflection amidst the fortress's military atmosphere. St. Margaret's Chapel remains one of the most visited sites within the castle, offering a peaceful retreat for visitors. Another significant feature of the castle is the Crown Jewels of Scotland, which are housed in the crown room. These royal regalia, which include the crown, sceptre, and sword of state, are key symbols of Scotland's sovereignty and royal heritage. The crown jewels are an essential part of the castle's identity, showcasing Scotland's rich royal history and the enduring power of the Scottish monarchy. Additionally, the Scottish National War Memorial is located within the castle. This memorial honors those who died in the First and Second World Wars, and its architecture is a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made by Scottish soldiers throughout history. The castle's military architecture is equally impressive, with its robust defenses designed to withstand attacks. The castle's strategic location, along with its walls, gates, and fortifications, reflects its military role in protecting the kingdom. The defensive elements, such as the fortified gates, the rock on which the castle stands, and the historic cannons, are reminders of the castle's long-standing role as a stronghold in times of war. The cultural impact of Edinburgh Castle is far-reaching, as it has become a symbol of Scotland's identity and national pride. Over the centuries, the castle has played a central role in defining Scottish history and independence. It has been the site of numerous important events, such as royal coronations, battles, and moments of political significance, all of which have contributed to its status as a national icon. The castle's association with Scottish independence is particularly important. During the Wars of Scottish Independence, the castle was a symbol of the nation's resistance to English rule. Its strategic position made it a focal point in the struggle for control over Scotland, and it became a symbol of the Scottish people's determination to retain their sovereignty. Today, Edinburgh Castle remains an emblem of Scotland's independence, even as the country's relationship with the United Kingdom continues to evolve. The castle's connection to Scotland's royal heritage further deepens its cultural significance. The crown jewels, the Stone of Destiny, used in the coronation of Scottish kings, and the royal regalia all serve as potent symbols of Scotland's monarchy and its historical legacy. In modern times, the castle continues to evoke a sense of Scottish pride, and it is frequently featured in national celebrations, such as Scotland's National Day and other patriotic events. The visitor experience at Edinburgh Castle offers a unique and immersive way to connect with Scotland's rich history. The castle is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Scotland, attracting visitors from around the world. The castle offers a variety of exhibitions and guided tours that allow guests to explore its many facets, from its military history to its royal past. One of the highlights of the visitor experience is the ability to walk through the Great Hall, where historic events took place, and to see the crown jewels of Scotland up close. Visitors can also learn about the castle's military history through exhibits that showcase its role in defense, from medieval times to the World Wars. The castle's strategic location also offers spectacular views over the city of Edinburgh, providing a breathtaking panorama of the city's old and new town, as well as the surrounding countryside. The views from the castle are one of the most memorable aspects of the visitor experience. In addition to the castle's exhibitions, the guided tours provide deeper insights into the history and significance of the site. Knowledgeable guides lead visitors through the castle's complex, explaining its role in Scottish history, its architectural features, and the stories of the people who lived and worked within its walls. These tours offer a more personalized experience, allowing visitors to engage with the history of the castle on a deeper level. The combination of exhibitions, tours, and the stunning views of Edinburgh makes the visitor experience at Edinburgh Castle truly exceptional. Edinburgh Castle stands as a monumental symbol of Scotland's history, culture, and identity. Its role as a royal residence and military stronghold, along with its rich architectural features and cultural significance, make it one of the most important landmarks in Scotland. From its early days as a fortress to its current status as a national icon, the castle continues to be a powerful reminder of Scotland's turbulent past and enduring pride. Visitors to Edinburgh Castle are able to immerse themselves in the rich history of the site, exploring its many layers of significance through exhibitions, tours, and stunning views of the surrounding city. Whether as a place of royal coronations, a military stronghold, or a symbol of national pride, Edinburgh Castle remains an essential part of Scotland's heritage and a must-visit destination for those seeking to connect with the heart of Scottish history. The Palace of Westminster, situated on the banks of the River Thames in London, is one of the most iconic buildings in the world. It has long been the centre of British politics and parliamentary democracy. The building's historical significance stretches back over 1,000 years, encompassing its role in shaping both the political landscape of the United Kingdom and the development of parliamentary governance around the world. As the home of the House of Commons, the House of Lords, and the office of the Prime Minister, the palace serves as the heart of British government. It is here that key decisions are made, laws are debated, and the direction of the nation is determined. For many, it is the symbol of British democracy. The history of the site itself is deeply intertwined with the history of England. Originally, the area now occupied by the palace was home to a Benedictine abbey, Westminster Abbey, which was established in the 10th century. This early abbey held significant political and religious power and served as the site for royal coronations. In the 11th century, after the Norman conquest, the palace was built as the royal residence of King Edward the Confessor, and it gradually became the site for meetings of the royal court and for legal and administrative functions. Over time, the building evolved from a royal residence into a center for political governance. In 1295, King Edward I established the first formal parliament at Westminster, marking the beginning of the Palace of Westminster's central role in English politics. The palace underwent significant changes during the Tudor and Stuart periods, especially under the reign of Henry VIII and later his successors. The medieval building was expanded to accommodate the increasing number of government officials and representatives. However, the most dramatic changes to the palace came in the 19th century, when much of the old structure was destroyed by fire in 1834. This disaster led to the commissioning of the current building, which was designed by the architect Charles Barry, with Augustus Pugin responsible for the interior design. The Palace of Westminster as we know it today was completed in 1876 and was built in the Victorian Gothic style, which sought to evoke the grandeur of medieval architecture while incorporating modern elements of design and engineering. The Palace of Westminster's architectural features are among its most recognized aspects. The building's intricate design and imposing stature make it a central feature of the London skyline. The most iconic part of the palace is the Elizabeth Tower, commonly known as Big Ben. This clock tower, completed in 1859, stands at an impressive 316 feet, 96 meters, tall and is renowned for its large clock faces, which are visible from miles around. The sound of Big Ben's bells tolling is a symbol of British resilience and continuity, heard across the city and throughout the world during major historical moments, such as New Year's celebrations or national events. The tower, along with the palace's other structures, represents the peak of Victorian Gothic architecture, characterized by pointed arches, spires, and elaborate stonework. The intricate detailing in the building's design, from its carvings to its stained glass windows, all contributes to its grandeur and magnificence. Another notable feature of the palace is the vast and grandiose central lobby, which acts as a hub for those entering the building. This space, decorated with portraits of British monarchs and historical figures, serves as a gateway to both the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Within the palace are the Houses of Parliament themselves, one of the most famous legislative chambers in the world. The House of Commons, where members of Parliament, MPs, debate and vote on national issues, is instantly recognizable for its green benches. The House of Lords, a chamber of appointed peers, is known for its red velvet furnishings and majestic interior. The combination of these elaborate interiors, the impressive exteriors, and the towering Big Ben makes the Palace of Westminster an architectural masterpiece that draws visitors from all over the world. The cultural impact of the Palace of Westminster is vast, not just in terms of its role in British governance, but also in its influence on the global development of democracy. As the seat of the British Parliament, the palace has been a center for legislative activity since the early Middle Ages. The debates and decisions that have taken place within its walls have shaped the course of British history and have had a lasting impact on legal and political systems around the world. The development of British parliamentary democracy, with its emphasis on elected representation, debate, and accountability, set a model for many countries seeking to establish democratic governments. The British system, with its House of Commons and House of Lords, has been adopted, adapted, and studied by nations seeking to create or reform their own legislative bodies. Beyond its immediate political significance, the Palace of Westminster also plays a major role in global politics. Its symbolism of parliamentary governance extends far beyond the United Kingdom. Many former British colonies and Commonwealth countries have modeled their legislative systems on the British Parliament, and the palace's architecture and history continue to serve as a reminder of the power of democratic institutions. The building has also become a symbol of political stability, as the British Parliament has remained largely uninterrupted even in times of war, political upheaval, and social change. The palace, therefore, is not only the epicenter of British politics but also a global icon of parliamentary democracy. Visitors to the Palace of Westminster can immerse themselves in its rich history and architectural splendor. One of the most popular ways to explore the palace is through its guided tours, which allow guests to see areas that are not usually open to the public. A visit typically includes a tour of the House of Commons, where visitors can witness the iconic green benches, and the chamber, where the country's elected representatives gather to discuss national issues. The House of Lords, with its opulent red furnishings and historic artwork, is another highlight of the tour. These two chambers, which sit side by side within the palace, offer a unique glimpse into the British political process and provide an understanding of how the country's laws are debated and passed. A significant part of the tour is also devoted to the stunning Elizabeth Tower, where visitors can view Big Ben. Although the clock tower itself is not always open for public tours, the opportunity to stand near this monumental structure and learn about its history and symbolism is an unforgettable experience. The visitor experience is further enhanced by the informative exhibitions that are available throughout the palace. These exhibitions provide historical context about the building, its role in British politics, and its importance as a symbol of democracy. Many visitors also take the opportunity to sit in on debates or observe parliamentary proceedings, which can offer valuable insights into the functioning of the government. In conclusion, the Palace of Westminster is far more than just a beautiful building. It is the heart of British political life and a powerful symbol of the values of parliamentary democracy. From its historical roots as a medieval abbey to its current role as a global symbol of governance, the palace has shaped both the course of British history and the development of democratic institutions worldwide. Its architectural features, such as Big Ben and the iconic clock tower, continue to inspire awe, while the building's cultural impact extends far beyond Britain's borders. Visitors to the palace are able to experience its rich history firsthand, walking in the footsteps of British monarchs, lawmakers, and political leaders. Whether as the center of British governance, an architectural masterpiece, or a symbol of global democracy, the Palace of Westminster remains one of the most important and beloved landmarks in the world. Hadrian's Wall is one of the most significant and awe-inspiring remnants of Roman Britain. Stretching across northern England, it represents the power and reach of the Roman Empire at its height. Built during the rule of Emperor Hadrian in the early 2nd century, the wall was constructed as both a physical and symbolic barrier to mark the northern boundary of the Roman Empire in Britain. The wall, along with its associated forts and mile castles, was designed to protect Roman Britain from raids and invasions by the native tribes in the north, particularly the Picts, who lived in what is now Scotland. The history of Hadrian's Wall is deeply intertwined with the military and strategic interests of the Roman Empire, serving as a symbol of its might and control over the territories it conquered. Over the centuries, the wall has not only stood as a testament to Roman engineering, but has also become a lasting symbol of imperialism in Britain and beyond. Hadrian's Wall was built as part of Emperor Hadrian's broader strategy to consolidate Roman power in Britain. Following a series of military campaigns, Hadrian sought to establish a clear boundary between the Roman-controlled southern regions of Britain and the more untamed northern territories. The construction of the wall, which began around 122 AD, was intended to protect Roman settlements in the south from incursions by the tribes to the north, particularly the Picts. The wall served as both a defensive fortification and a physical barrier to limit the movement of these tribes into Roman-controlled territory. It was also a means of asserting Roman dominance over the native peoples and demonstrating the might of the empire. The construction of Hadrian's Wall was a monumental task that required significant resources and labor. The wall itself was not a single continuous structure, but rather a series of walls and fortifications that were built along a line stretching approximately 73 miles, 117 kilometers, from the east coast at Wallsend to the west coast at Bowness-on-Solway. The wall was built using a combination of materials, depending on the local availability of resources. In some areas, the wall was made from large stone blocks, while in other places, it was constructed using turf or a combination of stone and turf. The wall was typically around 15 feet (4.5 meters) high, although in some areas it may have been even taller. It was designed to be an imposing structure that would deter invaders and serve as a physical manifestation of Roman authority. In addition to the wall itself, Hadrian's Wall was complemented by a series of forts, mile castles, and watchtowers that were strategically placed along its length. These military installations were used to house Roman soldiers and provide a means of surveillance and defense. The forts, often located at regular intervals along the wall, served as bases for the Roman legions, and each fort would have housed a small garrison of soldiers. Mile castles, small fortifications built at intervals of approximately 1 mile, were also an important feature of the wall. These structures allowed for more localized defense and helped to maintain communication and control over the area. The watchtowers, which were positioned along the top of the wall, provided a clear vantage point for Roman soldiers to observe any movements by enemy forces. The role of Hadrian's Wall in the defense of Roman Britain was crucial, as it provided a physical barrier that could slow down or prevent attacks by the northern tribes. The wall also served as a means of controlling trade and movement across the northern frontier. While it is believed that the wall was never truly impenetrable, it effectively served as a deterrent to many of the local tribes who were unable to breach its defenses. Over time, the Roman military presence along the wall was strengthened, with additional fortifications and troops being stationed there. The wall also became a symbol of Roman imperial power, reinforcing the idea that the Roman Empire was a dominant force that could protect its territories from external threats. The architectural features of Hadrian's Wall are a testament to the ingenuity and skill of the Roman builders. The wall was designed to be both practical and imposing, serving as a defense structure while also making a statement about Roman authority. The remains of the wall that are still visible today are a mixture of stone and turf, reflecting the materials that were available at the time. The stone sections of the wall were often built using large, roughly hewn blocks of local stone, which were carefully placed to form a solid and durable structure. In some places, the wall was constructed using a technique known as bonding, in which the stones were interlaid in a pattern that added strength and stability to the structure. The forts and mile castles that were built along the wall are equally impressive, with many of them retaining their original foundations. These structures were designed to be functional and efficient, with an emphasis on providing a secure and organized environment for Roman soldiers. The forts typically consisted of a series of buildings, including barracks for the soldiers, storage rooms, and defensive walls. The mile castles, though smaller than the forts, were similarly designed for defensive purposes, with a strong focus on maintaining control over the surrounding area. The watchtowers, which were positioned at regular intervals along the wall, were an essential feature of the fortifications, providing Roman soldiers with a clear line of sight over the surrounding landscape. The cultural impact of Hadrian's Wall extends far beyond its role as a military structure. The wall is a powerful symbol of Roman imperialism and the empire's ability to control and dominate foreign territories. The construction of the wall was an act of defiance against the indigenous tribes of Britain, asserting Roman authority over the land and its people. The wall also served as a reminder of the vastness of the Roman Empire, stretching from the northernmost reaches of Britain to the southern Mediterranean shores. Over time, Hadrian's Wall became a symbol of Roman civilization and culture, representing the empire's ability to impose its will on distant lands. Today, Hadrian's Wall is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to its cultural and historical significance. The wall is one of the most important archaeological sites in the United Kingdom and continues to draw visitors from around the world. The legacy of the wall is evident not only in the physical remnants that remain, but also in the lasting impact it has had on the history and culture of Britain. The wall's construction marked a turning point in the Roman conquest of Britain, and its continued presence serves as a reminder of the empire's influence over the region. For visitors to Hadrian's Wall, the experience of exploring this ancient structure is a deeply immersive journey into the past. The best-preserved sections of the wall can be found at various locations along its route, with several sites offering well-maintained trails that allow visitors to walk along the wall and experience its grandeur firsthand. Some of the most notable sections of the wall, such as the ones near Housesteads Roman Fort and Burd Oswald Roman Fort, offer an excellent opportunity to see how the wall would have appeared during its prime. These areas feature significant remnants of the wall itself, as well as well-preserved forts and mile castles that provide a glimpse into Roman military life. In addition to the wall itself, There are several museums and visitor centers located along its route, offering further insight into the history of the Wall and the Roman occupation of Britain. The Vindolanda Roman Fort and Museum is one of the most famous sites along the Wall, where visitors can explore the remains of a Roman fort and view an impressive collection of artifacts, including the famous Vindolanda tablets, which provide a rare glimpse into the lives of Roman soldiers. The Roman Army Museum at Carverin is another popular stop, where visitors can learn about the daily life of Roman soldiers stationed along the Wall. The experience of visiting Hadrian's Wall is not just about witnessing the remnants of an ancient structure, but also about connecting with the past and understanding the significant role the Wall played in the history of Roman Britain. The Wall stands as a lasting symbol of the empire's power, engineering prowess, and cultural influence. Its legacy continues to shape the way we view the Roman occupation of Britain and the broader history of the Roman Empire. St. Paul's Cathedral, one of the most iconic landmarks of London, carries with it a rich history and profound cultural significance. Its towering dome and elegant design have made it a symbol of resilience, faith, and British identity. The history of the cathedral is intertwined with some of the most important events in British history, from the devastation of the Great Fire of London to its role as a beacon of hope during the Second World War. The cathedral was designed by the renowned architect Sir Christopher Wren and stands as a testament to the genius of his architectural vision. The experience of visiting St. Paul's Cathedral is a journey into the heart of British history, with its vast dome, crypt, and whispering gallery offering visitors a chance to connect with the past in a profound way. The history of St. Paul's Cathedral stretches back to its earliest beginnings in the 7th century, but its most notable chapter began after the Great Fire of London in 1666, which destroyed much of the city, including the original St. Paul's Cathedral. The fire marked a turning point for the cathedral and for the city itself. The decision to rebuild the cathedral was entrusted to Sir Christopher Wren, one of England's greatest architects. Wren's design was groundbreaking, combining elements of classical architecture with a distinctly English sensibility. His vision for St. Paul's included a massive dome, which would come to define the cathedral's silhouette and make it one of the most recognizable structures in the world. The cathedral's significance, however, extends beyond its architectural beauty. Over the centuries, it has played an integral role in the life of London and the nation. It has been the site of many major events in British history, including royal weddings, funerals, and state occasions. Perhaps most notably, it was at St. Paul's that Winston Churchill's state funeral was held in 1965, a solemn moment that underscored the cathedral's role as a national symbol. During the Second World War, the cathedral also served as a symbol of hope and resilience for Londoners. Despite being heavily bombed during the Blitz, St. Paul's endured, and its image of survival amidst destruction became a powerful emblem of British determination and spirit. The architectural features of St. Paul's Cathedral are nothing short of extraordinary. The cathedral's design by Sir Christopher Wren was revolutionary for its time. The dome, which rises to 365 feet, 111 meters, dominates the skyline of London and is one of the largest in the world. It was inspired by St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, but adapted to suit the Anglican faith and the traditions of the Church of England. The dome is a marvel of engineering and design, with a double shell structure that allows it to stand tall and stable while maintaining its graceful appearance. The interior of the dome is equally impressive, with intricate frescoes and paintings that depict scenes from the life of St. Paul. Beneath the dome lies the cathedral's magnificent nave, with its soaring arches and vast, open space. The cathedral is also home to a crypt, which contains the tombs of many notable figures in British history, including Sir Winston Churchill, Lord Nelson, and the Duke of Wellington. The crypt is a place of reflection and reverence, where visitors can pay their respects to these great leaders. The design elements of St. Paul's Cathedral carry deep symbolic meaning. The dome itself is a symbol of the heavens and the divine, with its upward curve representing the soul's ascent to God. The central position of the dome in the design of the cathedral emphasizes the importance of spirituality and the connection between heaven and earth. The use of light within the cathedral is also significant, with natural light streaming through the large windows and casting a warm, welcoming glow on the interior. The crypt, meanwhile, is a reminder of mortality, as it is the final resting place for many of the nation's most illustrious figures. The overall design of the cathedral reflects the Christian ideals of faith, hope, and charity, while also embodying the cultural values of the British people. St. Paul's Cathedral has had a profound cultural impact, particularly during times of national crisis. The cathedral has been a symbol of endurance and hope, especially during the dark days of the Second World War. During the Blitz, when much of London was reduced to rubble, St. Paul's became a symbol of defiance against the Nazi bombing raids. Photographs of the cathedral standing tall amidst the smoke and destruction of the city became an iconic image of the war and represented the indomitable spirit of the British people. The cathedral's survival through the war reinforced its status as a symbol of national unity and strength. It was also during this time that the cathedral's role as a national symbol was cemented, as people from all walks of life sought solace and strength within its walls. St. Paul's has also been the site of many major state events. In addition to Winston Churchill's funeral, the cathedral has hosted the weddings of royal family members, such as Princess Diana and Prince Charles in 1981. The funeral of Admiral Lord Nelson, Britain's greatest naval hero, was held there in 1806, and the memorials to him can still be seen today. The cathedral's association with these important national events has only deepened its status as a place of reverence and celebration. Its role as the spiritual heart of London is reflected in its constant presence in the lives of Britons, both in times of joy and sorrow. For visitors, St. Paul's Cathedral offers a truly unique and immersive experience. The grandeur of the cathedral is immediately apparent upon entry, with the dome soaring overhead and the nave stretching out before them. The Whispering Gallery, located within the dome, is one of the most famous features of the cathedral. It is known for its remarkable acoustics, where a whisper on one side of the gallery can be heard clearly on the other side. This unique feature has fascinated visitors for centuries and continues to draw tourists from all over the world. For those willing to climb higher, there is the Golden Gallery, which offers a panoramic view of London and is one of the best places to take in the city's skyline. The crypt is another key feature of the visitor experience. While it is a somber space, it is also an area of great historical importance. Many of Britain's most famous figures are buried here, and visitors can pay their respects to individuals such as Lord Nelson, Sir Winston Churchill, and Florence Nightingale. The crypt also houses various memorials and commemorations, providing a glimpse into the past and honoring the contributions of those who shaped British history. St. Paul's is not just a place to visit. It is a place to reflect on the past, to experience the beauty and power of its architecture, and to connect with the cultural and historical heritage of Britain. For those interested in history, architecture, or simply experiencing one of London's most iconic landmarks, St. Paul's Cathedral offers an unforgettable journey into the heart of British life and culture. Buckingham Palace, one of the most iconic landmarks in the United Kingdom, serves as the official residence of the British monarch in London. It is not just a grand architectural structure, but also a symbol of the British monarchy itself, representing centuries of royal history and tradition. Over the years, the palace has undergone significant transformations, reflecting the changing times and the evolving role of the monarchy. From its early days as a private residence to its current status as the heart of royal life and public affairs, Buckingham Palace stands as a testament to both the continuity and adaptability of the British royal family. The history of Buckingham Palace dates back to 1703, when it was originally built as Buckingham House for the Duke of Buckingham. It was not until 1761, when King George III acquired the property for Queen Charlotte, that it began to take on its royal significance. However, it was during the reign of Queen Victoria in the 19th century that Buckingham Palace became the official royal residence. Queen Victoria moved into the palace in 1837, and from then on, it has been the residence of the British monarch. Over the years, the palace has been expanded and modified to meet the needs of the royal family. Notably, the palace was enlarged in the 19th century, with the addition of the east front and the famous balcony, which has since become one of the most recognizable features of the palace. As a royal residence, Buckingham Palace plays a significant role in the public life of the monarchy. It is the setting for numerous ceremonial events, including state banquets, royal receptions, and major royal celebrations. The palace serves as a center of power and diplomacy, hosting heads of state and dignitaries from around the world. Its grand rooms and halls have witnessed countless important moments in British history, from royal weddings and coronations to the announcement of significant state matters. It is not only a private residence for the royal family, but also a stage for the monarchy's public life, where the family engages with the people and the world at large. Buckingham Palace is often the setting for royal ceremonies, including the changing of the guard, which takes place outside the palace gates and draws thousands of spectators. The architecture of Buckingham Palace reflects the grandeur and power of the British monarchy. The design and layout of the palace were influenced by several renowned architects, including John Nash and Edward Blore. The east front, with its distinctive central section and large balcony, is perhaps the most famous aspect of the palace's exterior. The balcony has become a symbol of the royal family's public presence and has been the site of many iconic moments in British history, such as royal weddings and the appearance of the royal family after major events. The facade of the palace, with its classical proportions and columns, exudes a sense of imperial authority, while the surrounding gardens provide a peaceful retreat from the bustling city. Over the years, Buckingham Palace has undergone numerous expansions and renovations. The palace's interior is a stunning combination of classical and modern design, with lavish rooms such as the ballroom and the throne room, as well as more intimate spaces like the private apartments of the royal family. The palace's design and layout have been shaped by the changing needs of the monarchy. For example, the addition of the Royal Mews, which houses the royal carriages and horses, reflects the monarchy's continued use of traditional ceremonial elements. In contrast, modern facilities have been integrated into the palace, ensuring that it continues to serve as both a royal residence and a functional office for the monarchy. Buckingham Palace is not just a building. It is a symbol of the British monarchy and the nation's identity. The palace has become synonymous with British royal traditions, representing the continuity and stability of the monarchy throughout history. As a symbol of power, it stands at the heart of British political life, hosting important state occasions and serving as the official residence of the monarch. Over the years, the palace has become an enduring symbol of national pride and unity, especially during major events such as royal weddings, jubilees, and coronations. The royal family's appearances on the palace balcony are moments of national celebration, as the public gathers to witness the family's unity and shared heritage. The cultural impact of Buckingham Palace extends beyond its architectural splendor. It has played a central role in shaping British identity, serving as the backdrop for numerous important royal occasions. For example, the royal weddings of Prince William and Kate Middleton in 2011 and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in 2018 were celebrated with grand ceremonies that captured the attention of millions around the world. These events, which took place at Buckingham Palace, highlighted the ongoing relevance of the monarchy in modern Britain. The palace continues to be a focal point for royal celebrations, such as the annual Trooping the Colour ceremony, which marks the Queen's official birthday and showcases the pageantry of the British military. Major events in the palace's history have left a lasting impact on British society. The palace's role in royal coronations, such as the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953, has cemented its place as a symbol of the monarchy's enduring power and tradition. The palace is also a place of public engagement, with the monarchy using it to interact with the people of Britain and the wider world. The Queen's official birthday celebrations and the annual changing of the guard ceremony, which takes place at Buckingham Palace, draw large crowds and provide a glimpse into the daily life of the monarchy. Visitors to Buckingham Palace are treated to a unique experience, as they are able to witness the grandeur and tradition of the British monarchy up close. One of the most famous attractions is the changing of the guard ceremony, which takes place outside the palace gates. This iconic event, where the soldiers of the Household Division perform an elaborate and colorful display of precision marching, is a must-see for many tourists. The ceremony has been a part of British royal tradition for centuries and is an important symbol of the monarchy's authority and presence. In addition to the changing of the guard, Buckingham Palace also offers visitors the chance to explore the royal residence itself. The palace opens its doors to the public during certain times of the year, allowing visitors to tour the state rooms, which are used for official royal functions. These rooms are lavishly decorated with priceless art, antique furniture, and ornate chandeliers, offering a glimpse into the royal family's life and the grandeur of the monarchy. The state rooms are also used for hosting heads of state and foreign dignitaries, making them an important part of the palace's role in diplomacy. Another key attraction at Buckingham Palace is the Royal Mews, which houses the royal carriages and horses. The Royal Mews is where visitors can see the famous state coaches used by the royal family during important state occasions, such as coronations and royal weddings. The Mews offers an opportunity to learn more about the monarchy's ceremonial practices and the important role that the royal carriages play in state occasions. Buckingham Palace is not just a royal residence. It is a living symbol of the monarchy's power, history, and cultural significance. As one of the most famous and enduring landmarks in London, it continues to captivate visitors from around the world. Whether it is the changing of the guard, the grandeur of the staterooms, or the ceremonial traditions housed within the royal mews, Buckingham Palace offers an unparalleled opportunity to experience the heart of the British monarchy. Through its history, architecture, and cultural impact, the palace remains a powerful symbol of British heritage and identity, standing as a testament to the enduring legacy of the royal family. Windsor Castle, often regarded as one of the most iconic and enduring landmarks in the United Kingdom, holds a deep and significant place in British history. It is the oldest inhabited castle in the world, with a continuous history spanning nearly 1,000 years. Over the centuries, it has served as a royal residence, a fortress, and a symbol of the British monarchy's power and continuity. Windsor Castle has been home to numerous monarchs, and its walls have witnessed significant events that have shaped both British and global history. The castle's enduring presence stands as a testament to the monarchy's adaptability and resilience through times of peace and conflict. Windsor Castle's connection to the British monarchy is foundational to its identity. It was originally founded by William the Conqueror in the 11th century, during the Norman conquest of England. The castle's strategic location, perched on a hill overlooking the River Thames, made it an ideal fortress. Over time, it evolved into a royal residence, serving as a home for monarchs from Henry II to the present day. Windsor Castle's role as a royal residence continues today, as it is one of the official homes of the British royal family, particularly for Queen Elizabeth II during weekends and holidays. The castle's proximity to London also makes it an essential base for the monarchy, as it allows the royal family to engage in ceremonial duties, public appearances, and royal functions. Over the centuries, Windsor Castle has been the site of many important events in British history. Several monarchs have played key roles in shaping the castle's design and use. King Henry III, for example, began major renovations in the 13th century, transforming the castle into a more palatial residence. Later, Queen Victoria and Prince Albert undertook further renovations, including the creation of the iconic St. George's Chapel. The castle has witnessed the marriages of royal couples, the christenings of future heirs to the throne, and important state events. In modern times, Windsor Castle was the venue for the wedding of Prince William and Catherine Middleton in 2011, a major event that captured the attention of millions of people around the world. The architectural features of Windsor Castle reflect its long and varied history. The castle's construction and layout have evolved over the centuries, with various monarchs leaving their mark on its design. The core of the castle is the Round Tower, built by Henry II in the 12th century. Over time, additional buildings were added to the complex, including the state apartments, which were transformed into luxurious living quarters by the monarchs of the 17th century. The architectural style of Windsor Castle is a blend of medieval fortifications and later Renaissance and Georgian influences, showcasing the evolving tastes and needs of the royal family. The castle's design combines both functional and symbolic elements, with its strong defensive walls and towers symbolizing royal power, while its elegant interiors and courtyards reflect the palace's role as a home and center of royal life. One of the most significant features of Windsor Castle is St. George's Chapel, which is located within the castle grounds. The chapel is a masterpiece of Gothic architecture and has been the site of numerous royal ceremonies, including weddings, funerals, and the christenings of royal children. It has long been associated with the Order of the Garter, the oldest and most prestigious order of chivalry in Britain. St. George's Chapel also serves as the burial place for many members of the royal family, including King Henry VIII and his third wife, Jane Seymour, as well as Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. The chapel's serene beauty, coupled with its deep historical significance, makes it a central feature of the castle and a key part of the royal family's ceremonial life. Windsor Castle's cultural impact extends far beyond its architectural beauty. As one of the official residences of the British monarch, the castle plays a central role in the public and ceremonial life of the monarchy. It is often the backdrop for major state occasions, including state banquets, royal weddings, and the annual Garter Day ceremony. The castle's grounds are also home to the Royal Windsor Horse Show, a prestigious event that celebrates equestrianism and the royal family's long-standing connection to horses. Windsor Castle's position in British culture as a place of tradition, ceremony, and continuity makes it a powerful symbol of the monarchy's role in both national and global affairs. In addition to its role in ceremonial life, Windsor Castle holds cultural significance as a repository of the royal collection, one of the most important art collections in the world. The collection includes works of art, royal memorabilia, and artifacts that reflect the history and legacy of the British royal family. Some of the most notable pieces in the collection include fine paintings, rare manuscripts, and antique furniture. Visitors to Windsor Castle can experience this royal heritage by touring the state apartments, which house a number of artworks and royal treasures that tell the story of the monarchy's evolution over the centuries. Windsor Castle's visitor experience is designed to offer an immersive look into the life of the British royal family. The state apartments are one of the primary attractions for visitors, providing a glimpse into the grand rooms where the royal family hosts dignitaries and conducts official business. The rooms are decorated with fine tapestries, paintings, and royal portraits, offering insight into the luxury and grandeur of royal life. These rooms have hosted countless state banquets and ceremonies, and they remain a central part of the castle's functions today. Visitors can also explore the grounds and gardens, which are beautifully maintained and provide a peaceful escape from the bustling atmosphere of London. One of the most iconic aspects of Windsor Castle is St. George's Chapel, which is open to visitors and offers a chance to view the chapel's stunning architecture and historical significance. As a place of royal ceremonies and burials, the chapel holds deep personal and cultural meaning for the British royal family. Visitors can walk through the chapel's nave and admire its intricate stained glass windows, elegant stonework, and quiet atmosphere. The chapel's role in royal history, particularly as the site of royal weddings and funerals, adds an additional layer of emotional significance to the visitor experience. Windsor Castle's combination of historical significance, architectural beauty, cultural impact, and visitor experience makes it one of the most treasured landmarks in the UK. As the oldest inhabited castle in the world, it offers a unique and fascinating window into the history of the British monarchy. Whether through its ceremonial role, its art collection, or its beautiful chapel, Windsor Castle continues to captivate and inspire those who visit. Its deep connection to the royal family, its role in shaping British identity, and its position as a living symbol of the monarchy ensure that it remains one of the most important cultural and historical sites in Britain. The Roman Baths in Bath, England, are a testament to the advanced engineering and cultural sophistication of the Romans, as well as the enduring legacy of their presence in Britain. The site has long held significance as a place of social, cultural, and religious importance, providing a glimpse into the luxurious and ritualistic aspects of Roman life. The Roman Baths are located in the city of Bath, which was known as Aquae Sulis in Roman times, and they offer visitors an insight into the role of bathing in Roman culture, as well as the evolution of the town from a provincial Roman outpost to a fashionable Georgian spa city. The historical significance of the Roman Baths lies in their function as a major center for public bathing and religious practice during Roman Britain. The Roman spa town of Aquae Sulis, located in the southwest of Britain, developed around natural hot springs that were believed to have healing properties. The baths themselves were built over the course of several centuries, beginning in the late 1st century AD, when the Romans first established their presence in the region. Bathing was a central part of Roman daily life, not only for hygiene but also as a social activity, and the baths at Aquae Sulis were no exception. The complex included a series of baths, a temple dedicated to the goddess Sulis Minerva, and various other structures designed for relaxation, exercise, and socializing. This place of Roman leisure quickly became an important center of Roman life in Britain. The baths themselves were not merely functional, but were also an integral part of the religious life in Aquae Sulis. The temple dedicated to Sulis Minerva, built adjacent to the baths, provided a space for worshippers to pay tribute to the goddess, who was associated with both healing and wisdom. Pilgrims would come to bathe in the sacred waters and offer prayers and gifts to the goddess. This combination of bathing, social interaction, and religious devotion made the Roman baths a key feature of life in Roman Britain. However, after the fall of the Roman Empire, the site fell into disuse, and the baths eventually became buried beneath layers of sediment, lost to time for centuries. The rediscovery of the Roman baths in the 18th century marked the beginning of a new chapter in the history of the site. Bath, having long been known for its association with Roman history, saw a revival as a fashionable spa town during the Georgian period. The restoration and excavation of the Roman baths during this time helped to re-establish the city's status as a destination for those seeking the healing and rejuvenating powers of the waters. The Georgian period also saw the construction of other bathhouses and spa facilities, further cementing Bath's reputation as a center of luxury and sophistication. The rediscovery of the Roman baths not only revitalized the town's economy, but also provided a window into the ancient past, helping to fuel a renewed interest in Roman Britain. The architectural features of the Roman baths are among the most remarkable aspects of the site. The baths themselves, which are still in use today, are a testament to the ingenuity of Roman engineering. The Great Bath, which is the centerpiece of the complex, is a large rectangular pool fed by the natural hot springs. The waters of the Great Bath were believed to have healing properties, and visitors would have bathed in the warm, mineral-rich waters, which were carefully regulated by the Romans to maintain a consistent temperature. Surrounding the Great Bath are the remains of colonnades and porticos, which would have provided shelter for visitors as they socialized, exercised, and relaxed in the various pools and chambers. One of the most impressive features of the Roman baths is the temple to Sulis Minerva, which once stood at the heart of the complex. The temple was designed in the classical Roman style, with a large, imposing facade and a grand staircase leading up to the entrance. Although much of the temple has been lost to time, some of its remains, including columns and inscriptions, have been preserved and are on display at the site. The presence of the temple is a reminder of the spiritual significance of the baths, as it highlights the connection between the Romans' religious practices and their social activities. Visitors to the site can also view artifacts, such as the famous Gorgon's head, a sculpture that once adorned the temple, which further emphasizes the importance of religion and mythology in Roman life. In addition to the Great Bath and the temple remains, the Roman baths site also includes several other important features, including a sacred spring, which is still active today, and the remnants of the complex's intricate plumbing system. The Romans were known for their advanced engineering, and the baths at Aquae Sulis were no exception. The baths were supplied with water through a sophisticated system of lead pipes and channels that ensured a constant supply of warm, mineral-rich water to the pools. This engineering marvel not only served the needs of the bathers, but also ensured the sustainability of the baths over time, allowing them to remain functional for centuries. The cultural impact of the Roman baths extends far beyond their original function as a bathing complex. The site is emblematic of Roman leisure and sophistication, representing the pinnacle of Roman engineering and social life. Bathing was not just a hygienic necessity in Roman society. It was a central part of social life, where people would gather to discuss politics, engage in business, or simply relax and unwind. The baths at Aquae Sulis embodied these values, offering a space where the Roman elite could indulge in luxury while maintaining their health and well-being. In addition to their Roman heritage, the baths also played a significant role in Bath's development as a fashionable spa town in the 18th and 19th centuries. The revival of the baths in the Georgian period helped to establish Bath as a premier destination for wealthy visitors seeking the benefits of the natural hot springs. The city's association with healing waters and luxury was solidified by the construction of the elegant Royal Crescent, the Circus, and other Georgian buildings, all of which contributed to Bath's reputation as a center of culture, sophistication, and refinement. The Roman baths, as a symbol of both the ancient and modern spa traditions, continue to attract visitors from around the world who come to experience the therapeutic benefits of the waters and to admire the historical significance of the site. The visitor experience at the Roman baths is designed to allow guests to explore the site's rich history, while also providing an interactive and engaging experience. The Great Bath, the most famous part of the complex, remains the focal point of the site, offering visitors the chance to see the impressive structure up close. The waters of the Great Bath are still visible, though they are no longer used for public bathing. Surrounding the bath are informative exhibits that explain the history and function of the baths, as well as the significance of the site in Roman Britain. In addition to the Great Bath, the museum at the Roman Baths offers an extensive collection of artifacts that provide further context for the site's history. Visitors can view Roman statues, pottery, coins, and inscriptions that were discovered during excavations of the site. These artifacts help to tell the story of life in Roman Britain and offer a tangible connection to the people who once visited the baths for both leisure and religious purposes. The museum also offers interactive displays that allow visitors to learn more about Roman engineering, religion, and daily life. Overall, the Roman baths in Bath offer a fascinating glimpse into the past, providing an opportunity to experience one of the most well-preserved Roman bathhouses in the world. Whether for its historical significance, its architectural beauty, or its cultural impact, the Roman baths remain a must-see destination for anyone interested in exploring the rich history of Britain and the legacy of the Roman Empire. The site's ability to transport visitors back in time, while also offering a modern and immersive experience, ensures its place as one of the most important historical landmarks in the UK. Durham Cathedral stands as one of the most iconic and historically significant landmarks in England, representing both the deep spiritual heritage of the Christian faith and the lasting influence of medieval architecture on the British landscape. Its role in the history of Christianity in England cannot be overstated, as it has been a beacon of faith, culture, and education for centuries. The cathedral's history is entwined with the formation of the Kingdom of England, the spread of Christianity, and the development of Gothic architecture. The towering structure of Durham Cathedral continues to command awe and reverence, both for its spiritual importance and for its architectural marvels. Durham Cathedral was founded in 1093 as part of the efforts of the Normans to solidify their control over England after their conquest in 1066. It was constructed to house the relics of Saint Cuthbert, a revered Anglo-Saxon saint, and to serve as a symbol of Norman religious and political power. The cathedral's significance in the Christian faith is evident not only from its role as a place of worship, but also as a pilgrimage site. The relics of Saint Cuthbert were believed to have miraculous powers, and pilgrims from all over England traveled to Durham to venerate them. As such, the cathedral played a central role in the religious life of England during the medieval period. The cathedral's importance extends beyond its religious function, as it also played a critical role in the political and cultural development of England. Durham Cathedral was an important seat of the bishopric, and its status was enhanced when it became the principal cathedral of the Prince-Bishops of Durham. These bishops wielded significant political power and were often considered second only to the monarch in their authority. The prince-bishops had jurisdiction over a large portion of northern England, and their power helped to shape the history of the region. Beyond the Middle Ages, Durham Cathedral continued to play a central role in British history. During the Reformation, when the English Church split from the Roman Catholic Church, Durham Cathedral became a symbol of the Protestant faith. The cathedral's role as a center of Anglican worship remains vital to this day, and it continues to serve as a place of spiritual reflection and community for Christians. In more recent history, the cathedral has been central to the development of Durham as a university town, and it is closely associated with Durham University, one of the leading educational institutions in the UK. Durham Cathedral's architectural features reflect both the grandeur of medieval Christian faith and the skill of the architects and builders who constructed it. The cathedral is a prime example of Norman Romanesque architecture, characterized by its massive scale, round arches, and thick stone walls. The cathedral's most striking feature is its nave, which stretches for an impressive length and is supported by towering, robust columns. The nave serves as the focal point of the cathedral, and its vast, open space provides a sense of awe and reverence for visitors. The height and scale of the cathedral were designed to inspire a sense of the divine, and the grandeur of the nave certainly accomplishes that. One of the cathedral's most remarkable aspects is its rib-vaulted ceiling, a pioneering design that was advanced for its time. The rib vaulting in Durham Cathedral, particularly in the nave, allowed for greater height and stability than previous architectural techniques. This design innovation would go on to influence the development of Gothic architecture in England and beyond. The cathedral's massive stone walls, combined with the ribbed vaults, create a sense of verticality that draws the eye upwards, emphasizing the connection between the earthly and the divine. The cathedral is one of the first places where rib vaulting was used to such an extensive degree, making it an important site in the history of architecture. Another key feature of Durham Cathedral is its stunning stained glass windows. These windows, although some have been restored or replaced over time, are a testament to the skill of medieval craftsmen. The intricate designs and the use of vibrant colors allow light to filter through the windows, casting beautiful patterns of color and light across the cathedral's interior. The windows depict biblical scenes and saints, adding to the cathedral's spiritual and artistic significance. They also serve to illustrate the important role of visual art in the expression of faith during the medieval period, with the stained glass acting as a means of educating the largely illiterate population about biblical stories and Christian teachings. In addition to the grandeur of the nave and the stained glass windows, the cathedral also boasts an impressive crypt, which houses the tombs of several important figures, including the tomb of St. Cuthbert. The crypt is a significant part of the cathedral, and it offers visitors a glimpse into the cathedral's history as a site of pilgrimage. The crypt is also where the relics of St. Cuthbert were kept until the cathedral was fully constructed, and it continues to serve as a place of quiet reflection for those who visit. Durham Cathedral's cultural impact cannot be overstated. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it stands as a symbol of both religious devotion and architectural achievement. Its status as a World Heritage Site recognizes not only its architectural and historical significance, but also its cultural importance to the wider world. The cathedral is a key landmark in the history of Christianity and has influenced the development of religious architecture throughout the centuries. Its preservation as a World Heritage Site ensures that future generations will be able to experience the cathedral's grandeur and appreciate its cultural importance. In addition to its role as a place of religious worship and pilgrimage, Durham Cathedral has also been featured in literature, films, and television. The cathedral's striking appearance has made it a popular filming location, and it is perhaps most famously known for its portrayal as the setting for Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry in the Harry Potter films. The cathedral's dramatic interior and its soaring columns and arches make it an ideal stand-in for the magical world of Harry Potter. The cathedral has also been featured in works of literature, where it often symbolizes both the spiritual and temporal power of the Church. The visitor experience at Durham Cathedral offers an immersive and educational journey through the building's history and significance. Visitors can take guided tours of the cathedral, where they are provided with detailed explanations of the cathedral's history, architecture, and religious significance. These tours offer an in-depth look at the various parts of the cathedral, from the nave and the crypt to the chapels and the cloisters. The tours also provide an opportunity to learn about the cathedral's role in the life of the surrounding city of Durham and its place in the wider history of England. Surrounding Durham Cathedral is a landscape of great natural beauty, with the cathedral perched on a hill overlooking the River Wear. The dramatic setting of the cathedral, with its towering structure visible from across the river, creates a stunning view that enhances the visitor experience. Visitors can explore the cathedral's surroundings, including the picturesque Durham Castle and the lush greenery of the nearby parklands. The cathedral is also close to Durham University, and its proximity to the university adds to the sense of intellectual and cultural vibrancy that surrounds the cathedral. In addition to the cathedral itself, there are several nearby attractions that complement a visit to Durham Cathedral. The Durham University Botanic Garden, the Durham Museum and Heritage Center, and the Oriental Museum all offer opportunities for visitors to further explore the rich history and culture of the city and its surroundings. Durham Cathedral, with its incredible architectural beauty, historical significance, and cultural impact, remains one of the most important landmarks in England, and a visit to this awe-inspiring building is an unforgettable experience for anyone interested in the history, architecture, and spiritual heritage of the country. The United Kingdom is home to a remarkable array of historic landmarks that span thousands of years, reflecting its rich and diverse cultural heritage. From ancient monuments like Stonehenge to more modern icons such as Buckingham Palace, these landmarks tell the story of a nation's evolution through time. The following summary of the top 10 landmarks highlights the significance of each site, offering insight into their historical, architectural, and cultural importance. These sites are not just relics of the past, they continue to shape the identity of the UK and play a pivotal role in understanding its history and heritage. Each landmark presents a unique chapter of British history, from the prehistoric to the contemporary. Stonehenge, for instance, is an iconic prehistoric structure whose purpose remains largely speculative, yet it provides invaluable insight into the ancient rituals and societies that once inhabited the British Isles. The Tower of London, with its medieval origins, is another symbol of British history, once a royal palace and prison, and now a museum housing the crown jewels. The Houses of Parliament and Big Ben represent the political heart of the UK, underscoring the country's role in shaping modern democracy. St. Paul's Cathedral, with its magnificent dome designed by Sir Christopher Wren, serves as both a place of worship and a symbol of resilience, particularly during the Second World War. Buckingham Palace is not only a royal residence, but also a symbol of the monarchy's ongoing importance in the public life of the UK. Windsor Castle, as the oldest inhabited castle in the world, carries centuries of royal history and remains a central site for ceremonial occasions. Durham Cathedral, an architectural masterpiece of Norman Romanesque design, is not just a house of worship, but a UNESCO World Heritage Site that has inspired generations of visitors. The Roman baths in Bath offer a glimpse into the Roman era, where the city's spa culture thrived, and its legacy continues to influence British leisure and wellness traditions. The cultural and historical significance of these landmarks lies not only in their age, but also in the stories they tell about the people who created them, the events that occurred within their walls, and the ways in which they have shaped the course of British history. Reflecting on the diversity of these landmarks, one cannot help but be struck by the wide range of historical periods they represent. From the ancient, mysterious stone circle of Stonehenge to the stately Georgian architecture of Bath, the UK's landmarks span millennia, offering a comprehensive view of the country's past. The medieval and Tudor periods are well represented by sites like the Tower of London and Windsor Castle, which reflect the political and religious upheavals of those times. The more modern era is embodied by landmarks like St. Paul's Cathedral, which witnessed the tumult of World War II, and Buckingham Palace, a symbol of royal continuity in a rapidly changing world. The role of these historic landmarks in understanding the UK's identity cannot be understated. Each site encapsulates a specific aspect of the nation's past, offering valuable insights into the beliefs, traditions, and events that have shaped modern Britain. The Tower of London, for example, reflects the nation's medieval political struggles, while St. Paul's Cathedral, with its history of survival and resilience, embodies British endurance through times of war. Windsor Castle's role in the monarchy's daily and ceremonial life highlights the enduring significance of the royal family in British identity, while the Roman baths emphasize the influence of the ancient world on British culture. These landmarks also serve as guardians of the nation's cultural heritage, preserving the stories of past generations for future ones. In many ways, they help to bridge the gap between the past and the present, allowing visitors to experience the history of the UK firsthand. They also foster a sense of national pride and continuity, as they are the physical embodiments of the country's history, standing as testaments to the triumphs and tragedies that have shaped the nation over time.